Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear students, we are going to continue chapter number 2. This is grade 12, subject Pakistan culture in lieu of Urdu. Chapter number 2, archaeological trier. Today we will study the subtopic of this chapter, Harappa. This is seventh lecture and I am Muhammad Yunus. Dear students, first of all we will study about the location of Harappa. The ruins of the Harappa are situated about 160 kilometer about southwest of Lahore on the left bank of the now dry bed of Ravi in Sahiwal district of the Punjab. The correct form of the name seems to be Harupia, a name mentioned in the Rig Vedas book for Hindus. And in the Hindu book, it was, you can say, written the name like is the Harupia. And as the scene of the battle between the Aryans and the local enemies on the left bank of Ravi. So dear students, Aryan were those people who came from Central Asia and entered the subcontinent, and the local people who were living first there. The ancient city of Harappa now lies in the ruins or in the form of mound, but the name has survived in a small village situated nearby. It is 560 kilometers away from another archaeological site, Mohenjo-daro and Sindh. And these two sites have the same civilization, Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro. Dear students, you can see here the ruins of Harappa, which is now present also, and these are the very old form of the different types of the structure of the settlement. Here, students, we will study its different phases of the excavation. First phase of the excavation, which was done in the time of the two British army men, and they were also archaeologists and the explorers. The vast mounds at Harappa were first reported by Charles Mason. Charles Mason was a British East Indian Company soldier, and he was also explorer, and he was also discovered Harappa as a first European and visited by Alexander Cunningham. Alexander Cunningham was also a British army man, and he was a major general, and he also, you can say, the army engineer. He visited this area in 1858 and then in 1873, but the real discovery of the site owes much to its large-scale robbing in 1856 at the hands of an English engineer, William Brunton. William Brunton, also an engineer, and he also belongs to British. William and his elder brother John were engaged in laying out the building the East Indian Company from Karachi to Lahore. And they were engaged, they have the duty to construct the railway line from Karachi to Lahore. John was in charge of southern and William that the northern section, and they were in charge of two different parts of this railway line, and they were doing the work on there, but suddenly they discovered this city Harappa. In his memories, John tells us how he had heard about the ruined city Brahmanabad Not very far from the railway line he was building. I had been much exercised in my mind. The rides, how we were going to get the blast from the lines of the railway. If all I had heard were true, this ruined city, built of bricks, would form a grand quarry of the blast. Brahmanabad was then effectually plundered, or you can say the robbed, by his uncompromising English engineers. Dear students, now we will study about the second phase. In 1856, when the Brunton brothers' depredation was still in progress, and they were, you can say, looting by the William Brunton, General Cunningham visited the site and obtained various antiquities, including engraved and statite seals of a type which we know to be characteristics of Indus civilization. Steatites means a soapstone like this because these seals were made of this type of the mineral. Cunningham realized that the seals were something quite outside the range of Indian antiquities known to him. He felt they were extremely ancient and important. Antiquities mean all the old thing, very ancient thing. Second phase of excavation, a small portion of the mounds at Harappa was excavated by Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. This is the Indian department on that time United India. Between 1920 and 1934, the excavation was directed by Pandit M.S. Watts. He was also an Indian archaeologist and his real name was Madhu Sarup Watts, obtained relating to town planning and architecture, the art and craft and the way of the life of the people. And he was also a great planner and also a researcher and he was also explorer. But these excavations could not show a satisfactory picture of the development of the city. They did also work in the time of the United India, but he cannot find uh, something correct. Dear students, the third phase of the excavation that was done by the Mortimer Wheeler. And Mortimer Wheeler, also a Englishman and British archaeologist, he belongs to also the British Army. A short but important excavation was made in 1946 by Mortimer Wheeler, who dug down to the natural soil and revealed a cultural phase which preceded the Indus civilization. The pre-Indus phase was attested at many sites and led to the discovery of what is now commonly known as Côte d'Ivoire. Just like this was also a town we have studied in the previous topic, Côte d'Ivoire. Dear students, parts of the Harappa. In every, you can say, this archaeological site had two types of the parts of the settlement. Like one is the, you can say, upper part and then the other the lower part. Upper part is known as citadel and the lower part, that is the lower part. Like other towns of this period, Harappa was also laid out in two parts, a citadel and the lower town. The city was built on grid pattern with streets running straight and crossing each other at right angle. And this shows on that time the city were also planned. They were planned, they were constructed, they were built on the planning footing and in a, you can say, a good way. The citadel and probably also the lower town were surrounded by a massive fortification wall. Because on that time the cities were small and they were also covered with the walls for the security purpose. The citadel lies to the west of the lower town. Dear students, objects found after excavation of Harappa, potsherds, these were the broken ceramic material you can see here, and these are also found. Then the motifs are decorative images of the design like peacock, fish, scale and people leaf and clothing designs. They were also found. It means the peoples were doing work on that time, such type of the skill like painting and the handicrafts. So similarly, these things were found there also, and there were also some objects were found in the of different kinds, just like engraved seals. You can see this seal is, you can say, made by engraving the, you can say, the writing inside the metal. The household goods also found there, such type of the things what they were using in their own time. It means these are also related nowadays. The terracottas earthenware images in the things which were made by the clay, or especially on the spinning wheel. You can see here, this is the pottery. It is also, you can say, made by the clay, and this is also a different type of the shape. This is also known as the, all these are known as the terracotta. These things are made by the, and here you can see these are the different type of the statues which are made by the earth. Yeah, you can say the clay, and they are known as the earthware images, and in other words you can say these are the terracottas. Dear students, Harappa's graveyard. The Harappans buried their dead in a graveyard situated south of the citadel. Excavation in this graveyard, named R37 by its excavator, revealed 57 graves with the main occupation period of the city. R37, especially, this is the area of the graveyard where the, you can say, dead bodies are buried there. The burial were found in an extended position, funerary equipments, including pottery, and on that time, these things were also, you can say, kept with them, like the pottery, vessels, personal ornaments, toilet objects, rings, necklace, anklets, bangles, copper mirrors, etc. And these things are also the funerary equipment, it means, which were kept with the dead body. Dear students, in one case it was found that the dead body was buried in a wooden coffin and wrapped in a shroud of reed. Reed is also, you can say, the water plant, or the family of the grass, and shroud mean like the envelope in which you can think, you can wrap anything, or in this term we can say this is also a coffin in which dead body was enveloped. The end of Harappa is marked by the arrival of a new cultural element, as attested in the burial of Cemetery H. Cemetery H is also the other area of the graveyard. Some 109.72 meters to the north east of Cemetery R. So, dear students, we will see here the Cemetery H. The Cemetery H Culture was located in and around the Punjab region in present-day India and Pakistan. It was named after a cemetery found in Area H at Harappa. Remains of the culture have been dated from about 1900 BC until about 1300 BC. Dear student, the symmetry edge culture may only reflect a change in the focus of settlement organization from that which was the pattern of the earlier Harappa phase and not cultural discontinuity, urban decay, invading aliens and foreigners who came from outside, and site abandonment, all of which have been suggested in the past. And all these things happened in the past, and this type of the symmetry also was also present in Harappa ruins. Dear students, you can see the diagram of Harappa, modern town, and the you can say the old town. See, this is the Ravi bed. Huh? Here is the Ravi, river Ravi. This Harappa is the you can say the old city. This is the fortification, reconstruction. This is the wall. Outsider, this is the fortification wall. And here are two types of the you can say excavation. See this one, and this is the you can see the white color shows this was the excavation by ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, and this was also done by the Mortimer Wheeler and also by the Charles Mason and Mr. Cunning. And the yellow area you can see here, this was done by the Harappa and by the you can see the by the government department, Harappa Archaeological Research Project, HARP, Harappa Archaeological Research Project, under the supervision of the Pakistani Hukumat. So dear student, these were the all settlement of Harappa. Nowadays, it is you can say this area is you can say this has a settlement as a town, and this area you can say this is the now it is present, but all these are the ruins. So this is also present there. So this was you can say the topic of Harappa. We finished today this topic. Dear student, here is the homework. Question number one, what is the location of Harappa? You can write the short question. Question number two, what is meant by cemetery age? Question number three, write about the second phase of excavation of Harappa. Question number four, enlist the objects found during excavation. Question number five, what is the distance between Harappa and Mohenjo-daro? These were two old cities of this area. Dear students, goodbye, thank you, and good luck in your coming exam.